Hi, stand by for just 1 second so we can get all the sound prepared here, okay? So click on the video so that you can hear me, okay? Click down here on the video so that you can hear me. This is amazing. I'm seeing these letters backwards, so I hope that you see them the right way. So click on the video so that you can hear, okay? Great. Hi, how are you? I'm Mindy Stern, and I don't know how you got here, or who you are, but I am so glad you came. Today we are going to talk about creating money. This is a creating money workshop. We are on lesson number 7 in the workshop. Today we are going to be talking about how you can transform your beliefs in a way that money will start to flow into your life easily. Okay? It's a great, great concept. I'd like to remind you that this is a series. This is a creating money workshop. It's a series. Like I said, we're on lesson 7. It's based on the book Creating Money by Sayana Roman and Dwayne Packard. What we're doing, we're going to be having about 12, as I think about it now, we're going to have even more, but as a basis, we're going to have 12 lessons. We're already on lesson number 7, and each lesson I am going to give you more tips and tricks and ideas that you can use today in your life to change your financial reality, to start to create money and bring abundance into your life. Okay, now each session is a session in and of itself. It gives a lot of great content. You can listen to it independently of the rest of the workshop. However, I do recommend that you listen to all of the sessions in the workshop, and you start with number 1. So today you're listening to number 7. Great. See how it feels for you. See if you like what I have to say. See if it's interesting for you. And if it is, go back and start at lesson 1 and start all over again, because it is a process, okay? You build on one thing to create power into the next thing that you create, okay? So I am so glad that you're here, and I'm so excited to start with you. Like I said, today we are going to talk about transforming beliefs. Let's move this over here. Okay, now why is it so important to transform your beliefs? Saying, what are beliefs? Well, this is a very broad topic. I will tell you this. Your beliefs are what creates your reality. It's as simple and as challenging as that is, because whatever you think, reality is a very subjective. You know, you think that it's objective. You think that things are happening in a certain sequence. You see them, you feel them, you understand them. But has it ever happened to you where you and someone else were in the same exact situation, they're together at the same time, you saw the same things were said, you were standing in the same place, you had the same view of the whole area, and afterwards when you decided to discuss it, you had totally different memories of the same incident? Has it ever happened to you? If so, raise your hand. Well, it's happened to me a lot of times. And the belief system that you have is actually what creates that difference, where you can be in the same place as someone else, experience the same exact things objectively, hear the same words coming from someone else, objectively hear the same things, but have a totally different take on the situation. Okay, that is because of your belief system, your reality, things, how you perceive things in your area, your objective things that are happening is totally dependent on your belief system. What you think you can do, what you think are the norms. It's an assumption about the nature of reality. Okay, because there is no such thing. Reality is not objective. It is very, very subjective. And what's interesting though is because your beliefs are what creates your reality, you can actually change your beliefs and thus change your reality. Now, how does that sound? I think it's really exciting. I have done it so much in my life since I learned how to do this. Before then, I didn't even know that I had beliefs that were what we call today, you know, in personal development language, it's called limiting beliefs. They're beliefs that you have that limit the ability of what you can achieve, where you can go, what you can do. So what we want to do now is we want to recognize these limiting beliefs, change them so that they can now be empowering beliefs. Because if you have empowering beliefs, you can definitely create a life that you want to have that's filled with empowerment and possibility and capability and potential and success. Okay, so what is the first stage of transforming your beliefs? The first stage is to actually recognize them. What are your beliefs? You know, what are they? Now you think that it's obviously you think something, someone else thinks something. That is not true at all. So what I want you to do is take a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, writing material, and I want you to write down about money. What are your beliefs about money? And write it down intuitively, very quickly. See if you can list 10 things really, 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 really fast. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, stop. Now, I hope that you were able to get 10. If you were not able to get 10, you can go back to that and start to think about more beliefs that you have. Okay? But you probably have beliefs as, I'll tell you some things that are common. Actually, before we do that, why don't you write down below the beliefs that you came up with? You can even list them one at a time. In each comment, write one belief that you came up with about money. Okay? About money. Again, I'm going to give you a second to do that. I think it's really important. And you'll find here, if you look at the beliefs afterwards, that a lot of people are going to be saying the same things. Okay? And then we're going to see how, which ones are supportive, which ones are empowering, and which ones are limiting. Okay, so I'm going to give you a list of some beliefs that I've heard of very, 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 very often in my business. One would be paying bills is a struggle. How many of you can relate to that? Or rich people are unhappy or they're crooks. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, how about people won't love me for who I am if I have money? Or you need to work hard to make money. How many of you believe in that? Okay, I used to think so. I used to work really, really hard. And now I make money without working really hard. Okay, another one. Lots of money, lots of worries. Any of you have the same belief? These are beliefs that you have, anything that you listed on the paper, and then continue to write them down, because what we want to do is recognize them and then change them. Do it intuitively. Don't have to think too much. Maybe you want to write some down now. A little bit later on in the day, just out of the blue, take a piece of paper, add 5 more beliefs to it. Another time tomorrow morning, take a piece of paper, write down really fast, a couple of minutes, more beliefs, without letting your mind work too much on it, okay? Because if you do it intuitively, you'll get really more on target beliefs. Okay, less rational, more feeling, more depth. Okay, these beliefs, believe it or not, are not necessarily your beliefs. They can be beliefs of maybe your parents, maybe your teachers, maybe your neighbors, maybe a significant other. You know, maybe it is a belief of your grandparents or their grandparents. It could be something that came down to you, you inherited it through the generations. Okay, a lot of times your beliefs have really nothing to do with an experience that you had in your own reality, in your own world, in your own experience. They are things that have been taken on by someone else. And a lot of times, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but a lot of times what happens is the beliefs exist, but your reality says totally different. You've proved this belief wrong time and time again, but you do not see it. It hasn't sunk in that the belief doesn't exist, and it might cause struggle in achieving what you want to achieve. Okay, another way that you can, okay, what we did now was to try to define limiting beliefs. Okay, I'm not sure, but through my experience, I have seen that there are more limiting beliefs about money than there are empowering beliefs about money. Okay, but now I want to give you a kind of idea of what you can do in order to focus more on the empowering beliefs that you already have. Okay, because the beliefs that you have that are not empowering, I'm going to give you a little bit of a technique how to change them. Okay, but I want you in the meantime to look at the beliefs that you already have that are empowering. Okay, so what the exercise is to look at your past, or maybe even a present situation in your life where you faced a challenge or you had a success. Okay, maybe if we look on the successes, we'll get to more empowering beliefs, which is, I want to be focused on that for the meantime. Okay, so when you look into your past or your present situation where you had a great success. Okay, let's talk about money. Okay, a financial success or a big purchase that you wanted. Okay, ask yourself, what would a person who created this or bought this or bring this, what would this person have to believe in order to reach that success? Okay, you're putting it into the third person, not yourself. Okay, let's say that you had in the last few years you bought a new house, okay, or a new car, or started a business. Okay, in the last few years, think about what a person, another person, if they were to do that, buy a house or buy a car, start a business, what kind of beliefs would they have to have in order to do those things successfully? Okay, you can write these things down. And the point being that once you write them down, you can actually see that those are the beliefs that you had to have when you bought your house, bought your car, started your business. Okay, they're beliefs that you actually have, but they might be suppressed beliefs. They might be undercover beliefs. So when you talk about having limiting beliefs on one side and empowering beliefs on another side, unfortunately, it's human nature to look more at the negative, at the limiting beliefs, what you cannot do, what is impossible, what's hard, what makes you feel bad, what you hate, and less on the empowering beliefs, the things that you love, the things that come easy to you. So what I'm suggesting now is those beliefs that you now wrote down for a person who had to have those beliefs if they want to buy a house, a car, start a business, etc., any kind of success, you passed a test of some kind. Okay, what would they have to believe? And I would say that those are beliefs that you also have. You also have those beliefs because you bought the car or the house or started a business or whatever success you had. You were successful in that. So what I'd like you to do is to start putting focus, a light on those beliefs. Matter of fact, write them down on another piece of paper, write them down big, say them often like affirmations, because those are the beliefs that are going to help you bring more success, more material, more money into your life if you focus on those beliefs, okay? Instead of focusing on the limiting beliefs, okay? Remember, most of the limiting beliefs that you have come from someone else's experience. And what you can do now is you can say, okay, go to the list of the limiting beliefs and go one by one. The first one, read it off and say, okay, this is, let's say the belief is you have to work hard for money. So look at your life. Look at your life and see how that belief has affected the things that you've created in your life. Do you work hard for money? In most cases, I would say you probably do because you have a belief that you have to work hard for money. But I'm sure that if you look really over time, there were times when you received money or material things that you really wanted that you did not have to work hard for. Okay, I'm sure that there are at least one, if not a few more, things that you received or achieved in your life financially, even though you have the belief that you have to work hard for money, most things you probably had to work hard for. But I'm sure there are things that you did not. Now start to focus on that. Wow, I was able to get money, earn money, make money, get things without working hard. Put your focus on that. That means that the original belief is not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. So whenever you find that there's a belief that's not necessarily true, it automatically suppresses it. And then you can say, I know how to bring or things come into my life easily. Things that I want or money comes into my life easily without any effort because it's true. But you're focusing on the working hard instead of focusing on the times when you actually did bring money into your life easily. What's another belief that we can use? Rich people are unhappy or crooks. Okay? Rich people, let's say rich people are crooks. A lot of people think that rich people, in order to become rich, they had to steal some from somebody. Okay, like Robin Hood's story. You know, it's a classic Robin Hood story. They stole from the poor, so Robin Hood was very good, so he stole from the rich. But no, not all rich people steal. You know, there are rich people who steal, and there are poor people who steal. There are rich people who are charitable, and there are poor people who are charitable. The quality of being a good person or a bad person or a thief or a saint has to do with the person. It doesn't have to do anything with money. Money has no judgment. Okay, it's the person who decides what to do with it. So think about, if you say rich people are crooks, I'm sure that you can think of rich people who are not crooks. Okay, there's a lot of rich people who are not crooks, that are very kind and help people and charitable, and they work an honest living and they make their money honestly. Let's look for them. I'm sure you know some of these people. I'm sure you've heard about some of these people. Okay, so when you say already, yeah, that is true, this person is rich and this person is a good person, automatically the belief that rich people are crooks goes down. And then if you say to yourself repeatedly, rich people have the resources to be charitable and donate a lot of money to help hospitals and libraries and schools, and where do people get all the universities? They get their money to make their establishments better and give more to their population by contributions. Orphanages, sick people. A lot of these people are charities. And who gives to charities? A lot of rich people give to charities. So that makes them good people. There are a lot of good people. You go to look to a university, one of the buildings at a university, it's named after somebody who donated a lot of money in order to help them have that building. That's a good person. Okay, now I'm going to call it as it is. I mean, I had a client once, so I explained this to her, and she said, no, they only donated money because they wanted to not pay taxes. Okay, that does not make them a bad person, or doesn't make it, they could have used that money and done a lot of other things with it that are less nice and avoided paying their taxes. Okay, because someone wants to legally pay less taxes, it's not a bad thing. I wish you to have enough money that you were going to look for creative ways in order to not pay a lot of taxes. I wish it upon you. Have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money so that you can give to places freely, and you can contribute to society from your heart because you have the resources to do so. Okay, and have the added advantage of not paying taxes legally, everything above board and legally. Okay, but do you understand that the beliefs you have, they're not necessarily true, even in your reality? So start to focus on the places where they're not true. Start to focus on the empowering beliefs that you already have and put light on them. Make them big, write them down, repeat them, say it a lot of times, because you can choose your beliefs. You can choose your thoughts. You can choose the concepts that speak to you. You can choose the images that you want to have about life. It is your choice. And once you have chosen and you have put it inside of you, you've, I forgot the word. You've taken it as part of your life, it becomes your reality, and you will see that your reality outside of yourself will change. And it will seem like almost like a miracle that it'll change, because what did you do? You just worked on your mindset. You just worked on your belief system, and all of a sudden things are popping up. You're seeing things differently. Your reality has become different. Another thing I'm going to suggest you do is that you visualize. We spoke about it in, I think, in the first lesson in the Creating Money workshop about visualization, to see what you want. So you can see, if you close your eyes, try to visualize the reality that you want to have. Let's say one of your beliefs is that you had to work hard for money. So shut your eyes and see yourself. Imagine it. Picture it in your mind. You receiving money without having to do any work, or not, at least not working hard. Okay. Now, and once you see that, you visualize that, and you visualize that often, that goes into your subconscious, and it becomes your reality. It brings it. The universe starts to work and bring that into your reality. If you bring it to the present, whatever you want to happen out there, bring it now into the present. Imagine it, say it, talk, act as if you already have it. And we spoke about those things before. The visualization also really, really helps. I wanted to say something else and I forgot. It'll come back to me. Okay, so we got that down. We're transforming your beliefs. Anytime you find any limiting belief, by the way, it doesn't have to be necessarily be a belief about money. Any belief that you feel stops you. I'll give you a test, a litmus test. seeing if a belief is a good belief or a bad belief. Okay, something comes up, you can say, okay, I have to work hard for money. Say it with your eyes closed. I have to work hard for money. See how that feels in your body. See if it feels. Does it feel like your stomach is closing in on you, or you can't breathe well, or your throat is tight, or maybe you get a little bit of a headache? Those are definitely limiting beliefs. Okay, if you think of a belief or say it out loud, close your eyes, say the belief out loud. Money flows to me easily and supports all my values. Even now, if it makes you breathe easily, makes you feel bigger, expands you, light, makes you feel lighter, maybe you're floating, then that's obviously an empowering belief. And you can do that with any kind of belief that you have. Someone talks to you not nicely, say, he's talking to me not nicely, is that true? Or is that my perception based on my belief system? Okay, does someone always have to speak to me in a very quiet, soft voice in order for him to be antagonistic? Not to be antagonistic? Is that true? Not necessarily. There are people like myself who are always very excited, speak very loudly, speak very fast. And I'm kind and nice. I don't mean to insult anybody. But someone might be able to take it on the other side as if, what's going on here? But that's just based on their belief system, because I'm actually a good person. Okay? So you can check your beliefs in any stage. Stop and think. This is an aside. I'm talking to you now about a book by Creating Money and Abundance. Where's my book? Yeah. Creating Money and Attracting Abundance, I'm talking to you about. However, there's a great book. I'm going to get it. Wait 1 second here. Okay. There's a great book here by Byron Katie. Byron Katie, Loving What Is. Okay. I'm not going to talk much about it, but I recommend it because Byron Katie, has a process where she helps you evaluate things. And the first question she asks is it true? Because like I said here, our reality is very, very subjective. Okay. And things that we see as true might not necessarily be true, or they might not be the absolute truth. Okay, when we check that, like I said, same thing with limiting beliefs. Once you understand that that is not the absolute truth, it already reduces the power and gives you the ability to adopt an empowering belief instead in its place. Okay, so that's another recommendation. You can read Byron Katie. I will put it in the comments below, a link to her book, Loving What Is. Okay, so that is it for today. There are two things I want to finish off this lesson with. One, I want to give you some affirmations. And the second thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about a quality of abundance, a behavior that you can adopt that will bring abundance into your life in the here and now. Okay, so let's start with affirmations. My beliefs create my reality. I believe in my unlimited prosperity. I choose beliefs that bring me aliveness and growth. My beliefs create good things for me. And the last one, I deserve abundance. I love them. I will also list them one day at a time in the comments below. Okay, or on my page, whichever. Now, the quality of abundance I want to talk to you about is the quality of wanting everyone to succeed. That is abundance. Now, we come from a world with very, very high competition. Okay, so I want you to start to work on the thought process of not being in competition. Everyone has their own thing to say, their own personality, their own individualism. I believe there's no such thing as competition, because there could be someone who does the same thing that I do, but we're not competing. The way I talk, the way I look, the things that are important to me that I pass on to the people that work with me are very different than someone else who in the title is the same title of what she does. I empower women who are have their own businesses. I empower them financially, personally, and business-wise. There can be a lot of other people who do the same thing. But no one does it like me, and no one would put a focus on the things that I put a focus on. Matter of fact, excuse me, a fly got in my glasses. Okay. A matter of fact, what would be good if there's someone else who's doing the same thing as I'm doing, the same title that I have, it would be good to cooperate with them, because my language, things that I would focus on, could help the people that she works with, and vice versa. The things that she focuses on, maybe I don't focus on, and she can help help the people that work with me. Okay, so come from a place of not competition, of cooperation. There's no such thing as competition. In business, there's no such thing as competition. And in your daily life, you know, with your brother, your sister, your father, your husband, your siblings, someone at work, your boss, you know, go away from that route of competition. Start thinking about more how you can cooperate, how you can combine resources. And more than that, want other people to succeed. Okay, if you get rid of that idea of competition, being in competition, then you can be happy for someone else's success. Okay, when you can look at people, you can look at people who are rich, and instead of thinking that they're criminals or they're unhappy, you can say, wow, that person must have worked really, must have done something great, must have been very empowered to be successful and to be rich. I was going to say, did you catch me? I was going to say must have worked hard. Okay, but that's a belief that I don't want to have. I don't want to have a belief that you have to work hard. But if you have belief in yourself and you are willing to be persistent, you will succeed. That is the trick to success. Okay, so enjoy the success of everybody around you, everyone that you know. Look at them and say, wow, isn't that wonderful that they're successful? Because then you are creating a lot of energy around success. And when you create that energy around success in your own life, you bring success to your own life, and that's abundance. So that's it for today. I thank you so much for spending time with me today. I am Mindy Stern, and I am dedicated to your personal, your financial, and your business empowerment. Have a great day.